Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. The mosquitoes are out and they're biting. I can attest to that from the other night when I was outside slapping my arms and crushing the little fellows. Easier to nuke those devils by calling Southeast Termite and Pest Control. They offer 1, 3, and 5 times service packages. Whatever you need for your yard, they cater their treatments to your needs. I'm going to find that out for myself because I didn't like slapping the things off my yard. So I'm going to be calling Southeast Termite and Pest Control about mosquito treatments. Most yards take less than an hour to do this, by the way, so give them a shout this week. All right, speaking of this week, Texas A&M Athletic Director Scott Woodward said of Kevin Sumlin this week, Coach knows he has to win, and he has to win this year. Sure, Kevin Sumlin appreciated that boost in recruiting from his own athletic director.
Publicly, he said, I agree.
Yeah.
Was he going
Privately,
to say?
Privately, we can't quote him. Meanwhile, Arkansas's athletic director, Jeff Long, took some of the heat off Brett Bielema, a man who's actually done less than Sumlin or Butch Jones. His quote was, "Brett is the leader of our program. The leader is more than just winning games, and I know some fans don't want to hear that. But when you look at what Brett's doing, we're building a program that's built on an outstanding foundation." Okay. 2 completely different ways of going about it. Let me put up a graphic here as we start to discuss. To heat or to cool the seat for Butch Jones, there you see Sumlin, Bielema, and Jones. Sumlin's been there 5 years, Bielema and Jones 4 years. Also, down there you see their last 3 years. There's a flaming chair behind that. I hope that doesn't make it more difficult to read. And that's their Power 5 wins, their record in bowls and everything. Wins against Power 5 teams is what I should say. Anyway, which AD? Because John Curry said good things about Butch Jones, but I don't think he said anything as strong one way or the other regarding job security the way these guys did apparently about their coaches. In your opinion, going into a season that a slow start could have everybody going nuts about Butch Jones, should John Curry put the pressure on like Texas A&M? Should he try and take the pressure off like Arkansas? Should he remain quiet and let it play out on its own? Your thoughts?
I vote keep his mouth shut. I just don't see the benefit of going either direction with this. You say, no, he's our coach, he's our leader, we're not going to fire him, and you go 4-8, no, you're going to fire him. You sit there and say, oh, he's on the hot seat, okay, then what does that entail? 7-5, 6-6, so just keep your mouth shut.
Well, I agree with Bob for the most part, because what Curry has said is the football program's healthy. Yeah. Leave it there. Yeah. You don't need to expand like the others have. If you want to say that, you're okay. But I would play it down the middle and not paint myself in a corner.
Into a corner, exactly.
Point.
I agree.
So I agree with that.
All right. I do too, because Butch is recruiting really well right now. So I don't think there's a sense out there among recruits that, oh my goodness, I'm not going to commit to Tennessee because Butch Jones is on the hot seat or anything. At the Caravan yesterday in Chattanooga, John spoke very positively about Butch in a number of areas. But he stopped short of saying, Butch is the leader of our program, et cetera, et cetera.
How many fans were out there at the Chattanooga thing, in your opinion?
I saw 500 written, so I just said several hundred because they came and went during the time.
And the reaction to Butch Jones?
Butch Jones, when he was introduced, got a very, in my opinion, authentic, rousing greeting from the fans.
Okay. Chuck Cavaleris.
I think you wait until your words really carry more weight. I mean, in a lot of ways, what does it mean now? I mean, if you give him the vote of confidence and then you have to go back on that, then what good does that do? And somebody, when we've talked, Butch Jones is constantly coming out and defending himself. Is that going to be the John Curry role moving forward? Talking about all the good things he does?
He needs to have somebody else other than Butch Jones do it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who is going to be that? Who's going to fill that role?
Well, they hired their football media guy this week, so maybe he can be the guy that does that. But they need, it's like, what do you call it in politics? Not subordinates. You have your people you send out to do the talk. Surrogates. Butch Jones needs some surrogates. Now, there are a couple of guys in the media who are surrogates. And then there are a couple guys in the media who are knife-wielding anti-Butch guys, too. But you need somebody out there rather than – I don't think Butch Jones can say all the true statements in the world. They're not going to connect because he's the one saying them.
Exactly.
And John Curry, if he's smart, will have that conversation with Butch Jones and say, let us worrying about get the message out. We'll handle that. So that's an interesting point. All right. Another interesting thing, how about Tennessee coaches going and working a camp in South Florida with one Lane Kiffin? We'll discuss that and several other SEC rules and issues that popped up this week. Everything from booze to transfers to Arguing Coaches and Lane Kiffin. Come on back.